updates, in fact, that we are getting in. Now, a striking image out of Kyiv, the Mother Ukraine statue, one of the most iconic landmarks in the Ukrainian capital, was lit up in red, white and blue overnight in a gesture marking both America's Independence Day and its 250th anniversary. The lighting comes as a visible show of solidarity, of course, from Kyiv towards the US, a long time ally throughout Russia's ongoing war against Ukraine. The statue, which towers over the city at more than 200 feet tall, is typically illuminated for major national holidays. Tonight, it stood as a symbolic thank you, cast in the colors of the American flag. Ambassador Kapoor, I want to come to you as well. Both Putin, of course, we just mentioned how he's congratulated Donald Trump, had a very long phone call. Ukraine is honoring the United States as well in a symbolic thank you message. But the war is still not over. Both countries continue to appease the US president. His focus has very much shifted now from that war, and it still goes on.
Yes, thank you very much. So it was bound to shift because, when you are faced with elections in November, that becomes a priority. Stabilization of prices becomes a priority because the grocery prices have been going up. The electricity costs have been going up. So how do you bring down those? The energy costs, if you fill up your gas at the petrol station, has been going up. So you have to bring down those significantly before the elections start. The whole process has already started. So currently, I guess it's a time, as we have been listening to the other panelists also, time for reflection for this great country. I personally have a great faith in the future of this country. I've been a student of US history for a very long time, even before I joined the Indian diplomacy. Now, what I think currently is that the leadership on both the sides is wanting. When I look at the alternatives, and it's a difficult choice for the American community, because if on the one side, we have Democrats who have a large number of internal schisms, as some of their leaders have mentioned, with some groups very sort of, inclined towards socialistic ideals or communist ideals. Then you have people who support the woke agenda very strongly amongst the Democrats. You have groups who have been promoting the aspect of sex education and sex change being a right for young children, that they do not have to consult their parents if they want to go in for that. So many weird things were happening within the Democratic Party, which I, as a neutral observer, who's more interested in the future progress of America and the future, state of relations between US and India, for me it was very surprising to see that that party had deteriorated so much, including under the garb of diversity, equity, and inclusion. They had created barriers in the universities and the schools for in the admission process itself that had been corrupted completely. So many negatives had come through during the Democrat side. Then there was expectation that if the Republicans take over, if you're bipartisan, then at least you are not really rooting for one party or the other. So whether there will be any significant change, there was a lot of promise initially. But then that promise has fallen short as on many aspects which we are seeing. But still, for me, as a neutral observer, looking forward, looking towards the India-US relations for the future, which have to become the defining relationship for the world, and that's how the world will progress further comfortably, is that currently what is needed is a lot of renewal, and I have a lot of hope, because America has always got great capacity for self-correction. So it is reaching a point where there will be a lot of auto correction which will happen, and that day is not very far off. So it'll again be back on its path towards being a very great country in the Committee of Nations in the world. Back to you.
All right, sure. With that, we are going to break some more updates. Viewers, as the